and I'm here with Mary Kate to talk about her transition out of teaching. Hey, Mary Kate, how are you?
I am so good, Cindy. I'm really happy to be here.
I am so happy you're here. We were just talking off camera about just how happy you are. Um, Tell everybody what you're doing now.
I would love to. So, I am the new youth program coordinator at NAMI, Wisconsin, and NAMI stands for National Alliance of Mental Illness. So, I work at the state office and I support all of the youth programming that our local offices in different counties put on.
Wow. So, what is great about that job?
Oh, honestly, I haven't found a con yet. I haven't found anything that isn't great. Um, some of the really wonderful perks is I work for a mental health nonprofit, so they're very on top of and very aware of making sure that we aren't feeling burnt out and making sure that they're providing resources and supports to keep us at the top of our game. I also love the team I work with. It's all people of really similar personalities who are go-getters and want to provide these amazing services. And I feel really supported to just take on everything in my job. I've only been there for a month and I'm already trusted with so much, which I feel like was so different from teaching. I was always being told, you need to teach this, you need to do this, and getting checked on. And now it's like kind of weird to be in my own zone and I can just do my things and I'm really like everyone trusts me and they're like, yeah, this looks really wonderful. And it's like, well, it's hard to get used to that, but I love it.
So, how does that feel? How is that translated to the rest of your existence?
I don't think before I had this job I realized how bad my mental health was, just how much being in a job that I didn't love and then looking for a job and being unemployed was draining me. Since I started this job, it's like everyone around me is like, you just seem so much happier. And I'm like, I really am. Like, I don't dread going to work. I work in the office. And at first I was like, oh, I really wanted to be remote. And then it's I've been in the office. I'm like, no, I love this. I like my commute because I like the build up to work. And then when I'm on my way home, I just get to enjoy the day and like listen to music and enjoy the really nice weather that's been happening. It's just been wonderful. Like everything's better.
We were talking about it, right? We were talking about like meal preps and all the personal things that are happening in your life, everything that is just so much better just because you're happier.
Mm-hmm. Truly. Like even my sleep is better. I didn't think that was possible, but I just get such rest, like really good sleep now because I don't have these anxious thoughts keeping me awake and I don't have this overwhelming like stress on top of me. It's amazing.
Wow. That is amazing. I'm so happy for you. I love seeing how happy all my clients are.
Mhm.
What was it like? What was it like to make the decision to leave, or what was the journey like to get there?
The making the decision to leave teaching was it was hard, but it was also like pretty easy. I think once I started to focus on what was going on with me and like my health and my mental health, I was like, this is not sustainable. This is not good. I was having chronic health issues. I was so stressed. I wasn't sleeping at night. I was every day I would walk into school, I was on pins and needles waiting for whatever was going to happen. Um, and So when I decided to leave, like I was like, this is time, this is what I needed. But then the journey I did not imagine would be so tough, but that also really started to get to me, which is why I was so thankful that I started working with you.
Thank you.
As like I was getting so down in the dumps that I was like, what's the point of continuing? And then you would be there to like kind of kick my butt and be like, okay, well, no, this is what we got to do to like change your life. And thank goodness, because my life has been changed and it's infinitely better.
I'm so glad it's infinitely better. How did I help you out? What was it like?
Yeah. You just told me the things that like I knew I needed to hear, but like when I hear them for myself, I was like, yeah, whatever. But I was like, you were holding me accountable. You were telling me the things that I needed to hear. Like, yeah, you need to be applying to more jobs. You need to be constantly working on your resume. And I was like, I knew all these things. Like, I knew I needed to keep doing it, but I was like, ugh, what's the point? But then when you have someone that you meet with weekly who's like, well, what have you done? I was like, okay, I should really work on this. And then just all of the help with rewriting my resume so many times, and then the interview help, that was like really killer. Cause I feel like by the end of it, when I was going on my interviews, every interview I left, I was like, heck yeah, I crushed that. Like I knew those answers and I knew how to like be personable and bring the right stories to the like to what the job description was, right? Like it was really helpful because before that I thought I was a good interviewer and then I learned, oh, here's how I should be answering questions. I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah, you did. It was so cool because you were applying for multiple jobs in multiple areas and interviewing at multiple jobs, right? We didn't just pick one lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think I ever would have thought to go into nonprofit. And then you showed me that really cool website and like, look at all these nonprofit jobs. And I was like, oh, I've never thought about that. And now I'm at a nonprofit and it's awesome. And I never would have applied if I hadn't been working with you.
Yeah, and what's cool is it's using all the knowledge you have already from teaching.
It really is. Like today we were working on a project for like one of our school-based mental health services. I was like, oh my gosh, we should change this because, and then I got to use all my background knowledge and they were like, oh wow, we've never had a teacher's perspective. I'm like, yeah, I'm very happy I can share it and it's valuable.
Wow, I love that. How do you feel? How did you feel when they said that? When they said we never had a teacher's perspective, and they were admiring your comments and your feedback. What did that feel like?
I felt awesome. Like I felt like a superhero. I felt like I like came in and I was like, yes, I'm here, everybody. I'm here to save the team. And I just felt really valued, which was something I wasn't feeling all the time in teaching. And it was such a good feeling.
That is just incredible. So every part of your life is better.
Yeah. Shockingly, I didn't expect it, but it's like once, the thing you spend 40 hours a week doing makes you happy, then it's easy to come home and stay happy and I don't know, just feel better.
That is fantastic. What is your advice for other teachers who are thinking about transitioning out of teaching?
My advice is to stick with it. Like it's going to be really long and it's going to be really hard to get out of teaching, but then you're going to find that job and you just have to trust your gut. Like you're going to have that first interview and you're going to be like, okay, I really like this. I think this is awesome. And just trust your gut when you feel that.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. I am so happy with how happy you are. And I wish you continued success. I hope that you're this happy every single day at your job.
Thank you, Cindy. And thank you for all of your amazing help. I truly don't know where I would be if it weren't for you. I'd probably still be looking for jobs and sad.
Well, you're not there, so it's a good thing.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to see another woman talk about her amazing transition story, come on over and watch this video right here. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.